Hello everyone. I'm going to start this accessory series off with this little box right here. I think this is very important and I wish I could have had it on there before we went on our first ride, but here it is. Fire extinguisher mount. It is a quick pull, kind of hard with one hand. Quick pull and you have it off. So let me get the package all opened up because it's kind of hard with one hand, and let's see where it looks the best. All right, got the tools out that we need. 4 hose clamps provided, 2 to mount the fire extinguisher to the mount, 2 to mount the mount to the roll cage. So my idea is I'm going to mount it right here. This is passenger side, down low on the back of the roll cage. I don't want it up too high bouncing around. Figure if it does break off, it is just a cheap mount off of Amazon, it'll be down low. So I kind of like the way it looks right here. So let me get the fire extinguisher mounted to the mount and we'll take a peek. All right, so I got the hose clamps around the fire extinguisher to the mount, and then I've got the mount just zip tied to the roll cage. I did zip ties so I could play with it and see if I liked it. I'm also going to use some of this 3M VHB tape. It's double-sided sticky. It's supposed to be the best on the market. So got it mounted passenger side down low. I mean, I kind of like it. I like the idea of it being low. I like the idea of it being right here. I'm torn between which side to put it on. I'm gonna play with both sides, but right now I kind of like the passenger side. So let me figure out what I'm gonna do and bring you guys back. So got the fire extinguisher mounted. I went with the passenger side just because it put the button on the top, made it look the easiest to get off. I did, I don't know if you can see it, put some foam in here to keep it from, you know, it was chattering a little bit, but it should be good. Just got to hit this with a heat gun real quick and finish shrinking the shrink tube down. And then I got some more accessories to put on. I'm gonna put eventually get to putting a backup light on. I'm gonna put this down in my grill in the front, and I'm gonna put some flashing amber and white lights, kind of like a chase light. And then I'm gonna put some rock lights on. These are the rock lights. It's an 8 series system. I'm only gonna use 6. I bought this for another project 5-6 years ago. A lot of this stuff was bought for other projects and never got used, so I figure, what the heck, got it laying around, I might as well use it. So I will show you the brackets I'm going to use to mount my rock lights. That's what I'm working on right now, and I'm just going to pick at it. All right, well, this is the bracket I'm going to use for the center light that goes right in the center of the vehicle, on the underside. I know it's way heavier duty than what it needs to be, but I had that laying around also, so I'll show you what they look like on the underside. So I just use that center support, kind of center, right underneath the driver's seat, and just bolted it on there with some 1/4-20 stainless, and you can see it's a couple inches up. And then I'm just going to run the wires up here in this channel to the center, get in here, and run them down along the center channel and tie them all together. But here's what that mount looked like, or the spot that I mounted to. Mounted it into these 2 holes right there. That way it's nice and high. Don't have to worry about anything hitting it. It's kind of a pain in the butt. It's really hard to get your hand back here, but if you work at it, you can get it. I think those brackets I made were like 3 1/8 long. Used 2-inch angle iron. Definitely overkill, but hey, it'll hold up. And then let me get this other one mounted, and I'll show you what I got going for the front and the back ones. So for the front, I'm gonna do something like this, up in here. Oop. So that's gonna angle out a little bit. And I'm gonna use stainless steel hardware, and I'll just kind of touch it with some satin black, blend it in. So let me get some bolts in there and show you what it looks like. All right. See how it angles back just a little bit. Paint's still pretty wet, but you can tell what I got going there. Right above the axle. Should make a lot of light there, so you can see what's going on. All right, I'm gonna get going on the back, and then I'll get them all mounted and we'll go from there. So guys, I got the rear mounted and sprayed. Just use some 3/4 stock, 1/8 inch thick. Put a nice little bend on it. That way it was angled down, and I didn't want to drill any holes into the frame or the plastic or anything, because not like you could hide any of that, and of course the frame would be structure issue. So I just drilled into this bracket that holds the heat shield down here, so that ain't gonna hurt nothing. I only had to drill 1 hole. There's a hole right here. That's I don't know, 5/8 round. I just put a washer on the back side. It's about, you know, big as that, but it's just a circle instead of a oval. I probably could have brought it down and put it in there, but I wanted to keep it up high away from the exhaust. So that's what we got. I'm gonna get the other side done up and bring you guys back when I'm wiring it and putting on some other accessories. So I'm finishing up the wiring. I have 2 more soldering connections to make. Normally I would just put a you know, female end on there like this, but the switches I bought come with ones that lock, and I don't have any that lock on, so I really want to run them ones that lock. So just gonna solder them like this, put some good heat shrink on them, and call it good. So I don't exactly have a way of holding this and soldering at the same time, because we all know soldering takes like 3 hands itself. So you can see how I, maybe, twisted that all together so it gets a good bond between the two wires. I'll bring you back when I'm done soldering. Alright, so we're going to try this. I've got my camera propped up. Hopefully my fat fingers don't get in your guys' way, but you see how I smush them out like that. Force them together. Just pinch it. Alright, sorry about that. Neighbor stopped over. But nice and tight. Look, you can pull on it, it doesn't come apart. So now all I do, just set it there like that. Get a little flux. Smear that around. Then you get to torch the light. Make sure you point the flame away from any plastic and anything that's flammable. Get it a little warm. And just get you a nice build up on there. And you're good. Let it cool down. Check it. Make sure you're good. Cut anything that's going to poke through the heat shrink. Just be cautious. It could be really hot, depending on how long you had to run the torch. Just pull your heat shrink up. I like to use the torch. Other people like to use heat gun. Just keep moving so you don't burn it like I did right there. This is the heat shrink that's got the glue in it. So make sure you got it good and warm. And then that part's done. Give it a sec to cool back off. Feed her through. Because it's got the lock in it right there. I like to put that out so I can get to it. And then this one, I just put it towards the biggest gap. But you can see it locks right in there. That's why I like them. And you flip your switch over in the right direction. Line it up and send her home. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this video up, give you guys just a look at what happened. So, got the front ones, rock lights mounted. The underside ones, I don't know if you can see it. Right up in there. And then the back ones. So these are this right here, this hole on this side and the other side were the only two holes I had to drill. And it's just in this hanger bracket for the heat shield. So I'm not really concerned about that. All the wires are tucked in, ran up, got all the rocker switches mounted, got a couple other accessories hooked up. So, but we got light bar, another light bar, rock lights, and some chase lights. So, got the upper light bar, lower light bar, rock lights, and then the chase lights. So, a lot of wiring. And then also we got the fire extinguisher finished up. It's all mounted. Doesn't click around, clang around. Took it for a ride. I mean, if I wiggle real hard it does right there, but that's just a slop in the pin. But yeah, turned out really good. Also got the wiper mounted. Works pretty good. Well, right now with a dry window. Let's see what it does in the trails. So yeah, with these accessories, hopefully makes the trail rides a little safer and a little nicer on us. We all know the dust is really bad on trails, so I gotta finish this up. But I left the mechanism up north at the property. So, but yeah, so list, we got rock lights, 2 light bars, DOT windshield from UTV Zilla, fire extinguisher, chase lights, and yeah, everything was bought off of Amazon, and except the windshield. But there's a couple more things I want to do. I want to do some storage options and a cooler in the back. I've got an idea for a cheap setup back here, and I'll get some video of that. But thanks for watching.